Hi all, it's Jonathan from Style Factory here, the go-to site for e-commerce advice. In this Shopify review, I'm going to spell out all the key pros and cons of this popular e-commerce platform and help you work out if it's the right solution for building your online business with. I'll start with a look at the key advantages of using Shopify, and then I'll move on to things it could do better. 1. It's pretty easy to use. Shopify is in general an easy-to-use, intuitive platform. No coding skills are required to use it, and its learning curve is fairly gentle. So long as you have basic computing skills, you should be able to build a store with the platform easily enough. You pick a template, make a few changes, add some products, and you're generally good to go. 2. It's great for selling internationally. Shopify is a brilliant choice for selling internationally. Its excellent Shopify Markets feature makes it very easy to sell using multiple currencies, multiple languages, and multiple domains. When set up correctly, Shopify Markets does a lot of this for you automatically. Even in 2025, many of Shopify's key competitors don't let you sell in more than one currency at a time. 3. It's a particularly good solution for dropshipping and print on demand. Dropshipping is a business model where you sell products without keeping any of them in stock. You simply take an order, send it to a supplier, and they deliver the goods to your customer. Shopify is arguably the best e-commerce platform for merchants who want to dropship because there is an enormous range of dropshipping apps available for it. These let you sell a huge variety of goods from a huge range of suppliers. It's also an excellent choice for print-on-demand applications because it integrates very neatly with all the major print-on-demand services too. Printful, Printify, Spod, and Guten all work extremely well with Shopify. 4. It's great for point of sale. Point of sale features let you sell not just online, but in physical locations too. Retail outlets, market stalls, events, and so on. Not only does Shopify give you excellent point of sale features, but it bundles them with nearly all of its plans, even its competitively priced starter one. A really wide range of point of sale hardware can be used with the platform too, all of which is easy to order via a dedicated POS hardware store. 5. It automates tax calculation really well. One of the main challenges of selling online is that you can end up making sales in places with different tax rates. This is something that you have to reflect in the pricing of your products. Thankfully, Shopify applies the correct tax rates for a lot of countries automatically, and unlike competing e-commerce platforms, is particularly good at meeting the EU's requirements on applying VAT to digital products. These can be quite complicated to sort out manually. 6. It gives you free email marketing features. Thanks to its free Shopify email marketing app, you can create sophisticated email marketing campaigns directly within Shopify, and without the need to integrate a third-party email marketing system like MailChimp or Aweber into proceedings. Shopify email can be used to send up to 10,000 emails per month for free, and if you go over this limit, the additional costs applied for doing so are reasonable. 7. It gives you access to a huge range of apps and integrations. Of all the hosted store suppliers we've tested to date, we found Shopify's library of apps and integrations to be by far the largest. Over 13,000 apps are available for the platform, and these let you easily extend the functionality of your store in lots of different ways. Okay, so those are some of the key reasons that you might want to use Shopify. If you have any questions about anything I've discussed so far, do leave a comment on the video. Next, I'm going to look at the key reasons why you might want to think twice about using Shopify. But before I do that, I want to invite you to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notifications bell. This helps us out and gives you easy access to all our Shopify content going forward. I'd also encourage you to check out the video description. This contains links to a special extended trial of Shopify that lets you use the platform for a 3-month period. Right, let's move on to some of the disadvantages of using Shopify. 1. Multi-user access is really expensive. The biggest problem we have with Shopify is probably its approach to multi-user access. Unlike many of its competitors, including key ones like WooCommerce and Squarespace, Shopify places strict limits on the number of additional staff accounts you can have. You don't get any additional user seats on Shopify's starter and basic plans, and are limited to just 5 on its mid-level Shopify plan. The key upshot of this approach is that if you need more than one person to have access to the admin area of your store, you'll be immediately forced onto a $105 Shopify plan, one that isn't going to feel radically different from the much cheaper basic one. 2. You can't always avoid transaction fees. You can avoid transaction fees with Shopify if you use its built-in payment processing solution, Shopify Payments, but this isn't available in all countries. And if you use a third-party payment gateway with Shopify, you'll be charged a transaction fee of between 0.2% and 2% on every sale. This isn't ideal, and many competing solutions won't penalise you for integrating an external payment processor in this way. 3. You have to pay a lot to get the most out of Shopify's multi-currency features. Shopify's multi-currency features are fantastic, but getting the most out of them can be expensive. For a start, you'll need to be on a $399 advanced plan to be able to apply duties and import taxes properly. You'll also need to be on this plan if you want to tailor product pricing for more than 3 regional markets. And every additional market that you create on the advanced plan will cost you an extra $59 a month. 4. The range of free themes available is quite small. Although the free templates that are on offer from Shopify are good and very e-commerce focused, there aren't that many of them, just 13 in fact. This compares negatively with the huge ranges of free themes bundled with other platforms, including key competitors Wix, WordPress, and Squarespace. And although you can extend your theme choices in Shopify by paying for a premium theme, these are expensive and can add significantly to your startup costs. 5. The drag and drop editor could be better. Although Shopify is in general a user-friendly tool, its drag and drop editor could be better. Rather than letting you edit individual pages and posts, it lets you design templates. These then house content that you enter into an old-fashioned what you see is what you get editor. This is a bit confusing, and competing solutions tend to give you drag and drop tools that are considerably more straightforward to use. 6. The blogging tool could be better. Blogging is a really good way to generate organic traffic to an online store. It's a vital part of SEO. Recognizing this, Shopify gives you access to a blogging tool that lets you create articles on topics related to the products you're selling. While usable enough, it could be a bit better. Unlike some of the blogging tools you'll find in competing solutions, it doesn't provide you with any drag and drop functionality, autosave features, or a version history. 7. The app costs can mount up. Shopify's extensive range of apps is one of the key reasons you might want to use the platform over its rivals, but it's also an argument against doing so. On the plus side, it means that you have a fantastic range of options for adding functionality to your store and integrating it with other tools. But there are lots of situations where you're forced to turn to a paid-for app in order to access fairly important features. For example, adding product review functionality, cookie consent banners, additional product options and file upload fields will often involve buying an app. This will in turn increase your monthly costs. In truth, it can sometimes feel like a feature has been deliberately left out of Shopify in order to nudge you in the direction of its app store. Okay, so that's our take on the key pros and cons of Shopify. But as part of our research for this review, we approached some other Shopify users to get their take on the platform too. Here's some of what they had to say. First up, we spoke to Ian Clifford from djtechreviews.com. His thoughts were as follows. I've used Shopify to build several successful e-commerce stores. Its ecosystem, functionality, support and ease of use make it fundamentally so much better than any of the other options. In terms of the downsides of Shopify, I find the site editor a bit harder to use than I'd like, and setting up on-page SEO is not as straightforward as in WordPress. Next, we spoke to Liz Jones of ziggysgiftshop.co.uk. Liz's take was as follows. We've been using Shopify for around 5 years now. For the most part, it is easy to use, reasonably priced and reliable. It's been quite straightforward to set up. However, when it comes to point of sale, we have had issues with updates running when we were trading, occasionally leaving us unable to take card payments. This resulted in some lost sales. The art rock band 5 Grand Stereo, who use Shopify to run their online store, made the following observations. On the whole, it's a great solution for selling merchandise, and it's particularly good for bundling physical and digital products together. We'd like to see a better site editor added to Shopify, however. The way that it works is a bit strange. Other than the homepage, it doesn't let you edit individual pages, just templates. We worked out what to do eventually, but it took us longer than we'd like. Let's wrap things up now with a quick summary of our take on Shopify and an overall score. Ultimately, Shopify is one of the best hosted solutions for those wishing to create an online store, and probably the best for businesses that want to use one app to sell online and in a physical location. It's also an extremely good solution for users who want to dropship, run a print-on-demand business, or sell products in multiple currencies. In terms of its key downsides, these include its ungenerous pricing approach to multi-user access, the way that accessing full multi-currency features can be very expensive, and the transaction fees that are applied when you don't use Shopify Payments. We'd also like to see a few more free themes being made available. Overall, we'd award Shopify a score of 4.5 out of 5. It's definitely a platform you should consider seriously to build your online store with. In terms of the best alternatives, key competing platforms to check out include WooCommerce, BigCommerce, Squarespace, and Wix. You'll find links to reviews and comparisons involving these solutions in the video description. And that's that. We hope you've enjoyed our Shopify review, but there are lots more pros and cons to the platform to be aware of. If you'd like a deep dive into these, I'd suggest reading our full Shopify review on the Style Factory website. Just Google Style Factory Shopify review to find this. And remember, in the video description, you'll find a link to a special 3-month trial of Shopify, along with our key resources on how to get going with the platform. Before you go, please do subscribe to our channel and hit the notifications bell. And finally, if you have any questions about Shopify, just drop them in the video description. We read them all and we'll do our best to help.